Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and Cocaine Energy Drink has come out with 3 new flavors, and those 3 flavors are sugar-free flavors. I will tell you all about that coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, Cocaine Energy has come out with 3 new flavors, and a lot of people don't even know Cocaine Energy is still around. I see it in my comments all the time. People see a thumbnail or a clip or a short that I did, and they'll say, I didn't even know that was still around. But they are still around, and they are still releasing new products. Not only are they releasing new products, but they are learning that not everyone likes sugared energy drinks, that the world is becoming a much more sugar-free place. I would have to say probably 75% of the energy drinks that are out there right now are sugar-free. I'm happy to see Cocaine Energy Drink finally releasing some sugar-free flavors. Those sugar-free flavors that they have are citrus, watermelon, and pina colada. Yeah, definitely excited about 2 of the 3. If you guys do want to know everything there is to know about Cocaine Energy, I have gone in depth on this topic several times, so you can feel free to check out that video. That video was back when they actually had 8-ounce cans, pretty early on in my channel. That video right there is when they upgraded to 12-ounce cans and came out with a new flavor, peach mango. I do believe I reviewed their cola in a separate video too. If I did, I'll show you that thumbnail, but I'll also include one of those videos at the end of this video to make it easier for you to get to. And although I normally say I told you everything about the company, so let's just taste them out, I did want to tell you just a little bit more. And while I chit chat, I'll put up the nutrition facts panel just so you guys can see it. I'm not going to go over the numbers right now, but this drink was released all the way back in 2006, and it was started by James Kirby of Redux Beverages. He named it Cocaine just because he wanted something controversial, and of course controversy is going to get you publicity so that everyone would know about this drink and of course have to have it. But I'm not sure if he expected how much controversy it was going to cause, because then a lot of stores wouldn't carry it. But you would think over time things might blow over, but now it's been out for over 15 years and it's still hard to get this drink in stores, and people are still having problems with it. No word of a lie. I just saw another article recently where some lady was complaining, I don't want my 14-year-old kid picking this up in a store. This shouldn't be sold in stores. And like I said, after 15 years, I'm used to hearing the name of the energy drink. A lot of you in the energy drink world are like, oh wow, that's an old one. But the world we live in now, very, very sensitive. I mean, if it was sensitive back then, everyone is much more delicate now, complaining about everything. Everyone's got their opinions. They're strongly opinionated on so many things that I'm curious to see how the company is going to keep growing. And the reason that I say that is just less than 2 years ago, Hype Beverages popped up as being the makers of cocaine. I couldn't find a ton of information on it, but it seems like James Kirby and Redux Beverages sold to Hype Beverages, and they have been doing an amazing job getting the name out there. They have a Facebook page where they are posting all the time. They have an Instagram page that is just, they got professional, super professional quality marketing out there, and they are really putting themselves out there. I mean, they're going to conventions and everything so that people know Cocaine Energy is still out there, and they're even looking for people, influencers, to push the product, because they are definitely pushing this product very hard. It's like they want to get cocaine in everyone's hands, and as a company, that's what you're supposed to do. You want to get your product into people's hands, and they already posted numerous times that they are looking for people to help push their product. So if you're an influencer and you really want to push some cocaine, a cocaine energy drink, you should contact them, because they really do want to make this name much more public. They are starting to get into a couple of more stores, and I know that they probably want to get into a lot more stores, but that's probably where the biggest problem is going to be, because we live in such a sensitive world. Of course, besides the name being such a big deal, back then 280 milligrams in an 8-ounce can was the most potent energy drink on the market. Eventually, like I said, I did a video that they switched over to 12 ounces, and they didn't go up on the milligrams of caffeine. They still kept it at 280. So for these new drinks, they are 12-ounce cans, and they also have 280 milligrams of caffeine, which is nothing to shake a stick at, really. That is still a potent energy drink when you think about your 300 milligram energy drinks at 16 ounces having a lot of caffeine in them. This is only 4 ounces less, with only 20 milligrams less. And although it is fairly high, there are other energy drinks that now have more caffeine when it comes to milligrams per ounce, while cocaine was one of the originals. And now that you've been updated on the history of Cocaine Energy Drink, let's go ahead, let's taste them out. Alright, just gonna go and grab them from my Caffeine Man fridge. I got them all lined up right there, because you know you gotta drink these drinks cold. And the peach mango can is missing. It is somewhere in this plethora of cans, because I do save all the cans that I review. And don't forget to check out caffeineman1.com, where you can find out a little bit more about me, but more importantly, save money on energy drinks with my coupon codes. And you can also sign up for a newsletter that you get once a week, going over what I went over last week and what is going to be coming up this week, all at caffeineman1.com. First one up is going to be the sugar-free citrus. They've really held true to their packaging. This was one of the first cans that they came out with way back in the day. They had to switch over once or twice due to the lawsuit, but then they went back to that original logo. And I am happy to say they have now a little picture on the side with the name of the flavor to help you figure out what it is. And this one is the sugar-free citrus. Let's taste it out. Don't want to pour too much. If I did like 4 ounces of each, that would be a full can, which isn't bad, but I still have more reviews to do today. And we got actually kind of a citrusy color. It gives you that classic citrus vibe, so it's not a clear color, but it is giving that little bit of lemon lime haze to it. And they are using some artificial colors in here, but it's really hard to see on this can. I think that's blue number 1, which doesn't make any sense, but the artificial colors never made any sense to me. Taste it out. Hopefully that's enough to get the flavor. Should be. So your carbonation, you're getting a medium carbonation, maybe slightly higher than medium, but it's not too potent of carbonation. For your sweetness, I would say you are hitting a high amount of sweetness on the low end of high, which is interesting because I was expecting that citrus to pull back on the sweetness a bit, but they definitely compensated for that because they still want to give you a kind of a sweet drink, even though it is sugar-free. It is using sucralose and Ace K for its sweetener. And for your flavor profile, I am also going to say it's high on the low end of high, and overall, it's a pretty good citrus. Me personally, I don't prefer citrus flavors, but I think they did a good job with it. And if you're looking for something to punch you in the face with citrus, you're looking for a good, strong, solid lemon lime flavor, it's not really doing that. It's not going to give you that pucker face. It's not going to be like that Hyde energy that I tried. That was just like super bam, right in the face with that lemon lime flavor. They didn't go super strong with it, but they went super solid. You can tell that this is a nice citrus flavor, and that sweetness that they put in there really balances out any acidity in there. And I also think they're giving you a decent balance of citrus. Sometimes your citrus flavors usually aren't just like a lemon lime. Sometimes companies go more towards a lemon lime, but you can also taste a little bit, a touch of like some orange in here and some other citrus flavors. So they're giving you an overall citrus feel with a blend of different citruses and just enough sweetness so that you know it's a good sweet flavor without too strong of an acidity level. So where is it going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? Well, if you haven't watched my other reviews yet, I could say spoiler alert, but I'm not going to tell you the scores of all the other cocaine energy drinks. But let me just say they have all reviewed really well, have gotten really good scores. So be sure to check out those other videos if you want to see how they scored. I haven't actually given cocaine energy a bad score yet because they have solid drinks, and I would say they are definitely above average for the scores. And I will stop right there so you can go watch the other videos. But this one also getting another solid score. I'm going to give this a 9.0. I think it's a great job with the citrus. I like it because it's a little bit sweeter as opposed to citrusy. And the only reason it's not competing with those other ones up there is because the citrus isn't as strong. Caffeine Man rating chart is based on flavor alone, and although sweetness is taken into consideration when we talk about flavor, the potency of the flavor is also a big consideration. So cocaine energy drink with their citrus flavor getting a 9.0. Move on to the next two. Very excited. I love the next two flavor categories. Next one up, the watermelon ice. It was a little bit funny when they sent me the box. So once again, a thank you, huge shout out and thank you to Cocaine Energy for actually sending me these drinks in exchange for an honest review. I really do appreciate it. If you didn't see it, I actually did a short for the unboxing, and they gave me a whole bunch of stuff. They gave me some bags, they gave me some pens, they gave me some koozies, a whole bunch of stuff. So thank you so much to Cocaine Energy for sending me these drinks to review. I really do appreciate it. In that short, I actually only said that they had the watermelon and the Pina Colada because I missed the other one, because the other one was green too. I was looking really quick, so I had to put it in type to be like, oh, and they also sent me the citrus flavor, and they clearly are two different green colors. I was just looking really quick because I was doing a short. I was trying to get it done fast. Well, let's go ahead, let's taste out the watermelon ice. There we go. A light pink color. Brought to you by a touch of Red 40. And watermelon's a very competitive category. Sometimes you can go really sweet. Sometimes you go more candy. Sometimes you can go more natural. When you see the Caffeine Man rating chart, you'll see how competitive this category is. Just taste out cocaine energy drinks. See how they did. Alright, so I think we're going to have similar drinks here for all the stats. I do think you're getting a medium, slightly higher than medium carbonation out of here. For your sweetness, it is on the low end of high. And for that flavor profile, it is also on the low end of high. And it's an interesting flavor. Like I said, you can go lots of different ways with the watermelon flavor. And what they went with this one is they went a little bit lighter in the watermelon flavor. They didn't give you like a candied flavor. They didn't give you an artificial flavor. They gave you just enough flavor so that you can tell it's a watermelon flavor. They also didn't go too natural with it. I've had some really natural flavored watermelons, and although you'd like to think that naturally flavored watermelon is good, it usually doesn't make for a good drink. And I do think that they went lighter and more refreshing with it as opposed to overly sweet. If you've had a lot of the watermelon flavors out there and you think some of them are just way too sweet for you, those are usually the ones that I like, and you are looking for something a little bit more subdued, I think you're going to like the Cocaine Energy watermelon. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart. Like I said, a whole bunch up there. There's so many up there. I'm just going to like pause for a second so you can actually read them all. Actually, I probably don't have to pause because you can pause the video yourself. But I do think it is a good flavor. I do think it is a solid flavor. I still think it's scoring in that range that Cocaine Energy likes to score, but it is not super exceeding expectations. I'm going to give this an 8.6. Like I said, there are still a lot of drinks up there that are higher than it, but it is falling into that top category where it is beating out a lot of the other energy drinks on the list. Another solid job to Cocaine Energy. All right, guys, last one up, Pina Colada. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that Pina Colada, one of my top flavors. I didn't know how much I liked Pina Colada until I actually started my channel. There's just something about coconut energy drinks that I love, and the pineapple complements it so well that Pina Colada is my favorite category. Most of my top flavors for preferred Caffeine Man flavors all fall within the Pina Colada category. So I would actually say I tend to be a Pina Colada connoisseur. Other people say I'm a connoisseur of all of them. It's just because my palate picks up on a lot of the flavors. But personally, I do end up being harder on drinks that are Pina Colada, peach mango, blue raspberry, and even some of the candy drinks. Those are the ones Caffeine Man goes for. So let's check out how Cocaine did with their Pina Colada, because you know I give honest reviews and I'm harder on the drinks that I like because there's only so many Pina Colada flavors I can drink in a week. My goodness. I had to get one fancy pour in there, and even though I got a little bit more fluid, I think that I am going to really enjoy it, so I poured more, and I think we get kind of a clear color there. It's got a touch of haze to it, so let's go ahead, let's inspect this label. My goodness, one thing I gotta tell you guys, listen, yellow and white, come on Cocaine, yellow and white, you cannot even see that. There's no way you can see that. And listen, I know you got black in the UPC code, so you should definitely be printing that, black on yellow. White's not working. I understand you want to have consistency throughout your cans, but you gotta know, your graphic designers have to know, and not even your graphic design, you should know personally, each and every one of you that works at Cocaine Energy should look at this and be like, dude, I can't read that. It's not like you're going to be spending that much more money. You're printing black on your UPC code. You're printing black in your CMYK color right there. I know all of this because I am a graphic designer. The reason I'm complaining is because I want to see if there are any artificial colors in here. And I honestly don't think they are. They would be usually the last ingredient, and I don't see it. I'm actually going to compare it to this light green one to see what that ingredient at the end is. And yeah, I don't think this one has artificial colors, which is interesting because if you're not going to put artificial colors in one of them, then why not no artificial colors in the other two? A lot of people don't like artificial colors, so if you're going to be doing sugar-free and you want to hit the entire category of people you could sell to, you take out your artificial colors because there are a ton of pre-workout people that love sugar-free energy drinks, but some of them don't like the artificial colors because they don't want their body to have to process something else, and they would love 280 milligrams of caffeine before working out. So consider when people drink their watermelon ice, they don't care if it's pink or not. They're not gonna, you want to put a little bit of pink in there for the sake of giving it a little bit of color. You're not getting any advantage, no advantage to having color to your drink. So I really think consider taking out the artificial colors, and you might have a little bit of an increase in sales. Just my opinion, but in the last 4 years I've had lots of comments from lots of people on my videos, and it's not just the pre-workout people, it's a lot of people just being more health conscious. So I think it's great you guys are coming out with sugar-free energy drinks now. The next thing you got to look at is artificial colors. Let's go ahead, let's taste it out from the clear cup, because I know you guys like to see the color even though there's not much color in it, which is a good thing. So I was almost right on all the drinks. I would say you are still getting that slightly higher than medium carbonation. I would also say you're getting on the low end of high, but when it comes to the flavor profile, I would say you are medium to high, closing in on high. They're not hitting that low level of high. They're still in that medium level, closing in on high. And oh my goodness, this is the third one, and 280 milligrams of caffeine, finally kicking in on that one. Maybe I shouldn't have had so much pina colada. So I take a deep breath and I say, guys, they still need to listen to you. They still need to understand what you're saying. And even though this is going to be a slightly longer video, I did talk a little bit at the beginning, I do like to talk a little faster to kind of get that time down a little bit, shaking a little bit. But for the flavor, I gotta say, out of all the cocaine energy drinks, this is probably going to be my least favorite one. And the only reason for that is because Pina Colada, for me, like I said, I'm very harsh on them. What they seem to be doing with all these flavors is they all seem to be a little bit lighter than everything else that's on the market. I don't really mind the lighter flavor for the watermelon because it makes it a little bit more refreshing. I don't mind the lighter flavor of the citrus because I'm not overly into the strong citrus flavors, but I would like to see a little bit more, or taste. I would like to taste a little bit more flavor out of my pina colada. And that pina colada, it seems to be kind of a generic pina colada to me. They're not really giving you any kind of a strong coconut feel. It's kind of a, yeah, I got a little coconut in there, but they're not giving you a strong pineapple feel either. It's like, yeah, it's got a little bit of pineapple flavor to it. So then they're getting that kind of maybe that mix of colada, like some of the other flavors that take it away from being a pineapple coconut to making it a pina colada flavor. And they're all kind of just blending in, nothing really sticking out. And then because it's an overall lighter pina colada flavor, I'm really not getting enough flavor in this drink to really stand out from any of the rest. And I would have to say, out of all the drinks that they came out with, all the flavors, none of them taste like generic or anything like that. They all have a solid flavor for what they have. But there's just something about this pina colada that seems like it's a little bit off for me. Me personally, I would think that they want to add just a little bit more pineapple or a little bit more coconut, a little more something that stands out to make it a more solid energy drink. So when we go ahead and take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart, where's this one gonna go? I'm gonna give this an 8.1 because I do think it is still a good flavor, and anything in the 8s is a good score. Even the high 7s might be good depending on your flavor profiles. But in comparison to all the other pina coladas out there, I do think there's a lot of them that are doing a little bit of a better job. But if anything, I always recommend tasting it out for yourself because you might be someone who is looking for a lighter pina colada flavor. I just think they need more of a solid flavor. I do want to say one last thank you and shout out to Cocaine Energy for sending me these drinks. I really do appreciate it. I really like what Hype Beverages is doing with this product. It wasn't overly advertised before. Redux Beverages didn't really go all out for their marketing, and even their website for Redux Beverages or drinkcocaine.com used to be kind of not really all that great of a website. But now check out Drink Cocaine or Hype Beverages. They both take it to the same website. They got a really professional, nice website there, and obviously you can definitely find the drinks there. But be sure to check out their website, and also be sure to check out that video right there if you want to find out everything you need to know about cocaine. That is my very first video, so this goes back to early Caffeine Man days. But you can also check out that video where I do give you more information about the company, as well as the switch over from 8 ounce to 12 ounce. Be sure to hit that subscribe button over there. And until next time, have yourselves a great day or night.